It was supposed to be just another morning at the cafe. A young black cleaner, her uniform stained from long hours of scrubbing floors, stepped in for her daily cup of comfort. But the man ahead of her struggled. His card declined. The crowd shifted with judgment, whispers turning sharp. Without hesitation, she reached into her pocket, offering to pay, unaware of who he really was. What happens when the world looks at you as nothing, yet your kindness rewrites destiny? Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Amara was just 24, working night shifts as a cleaner in downtown high-rises. She carried exhaustion in her eyes, but also resilience. Every morning, after scrubbing offices until her hands ached, she would stop at a small cafe near the station. That single coffee was her ritual, a reminder that she was more than the labels society stamped on her. Poor, invisible, disposable. But to strangers, Amara was nothing more than a tired black girl in worn shoes. They rarely noticed her, unless it was to sigh at her presence. That morning, as she clutched her last few bills, something unusual happened. The man ahead, dressed in quiet elegance, fumbled with his payment, declined once, twice. The cafe fell silent, impatience simmering. Amara's decision in that moment would shatter the invisible wall society had built around her. The man looked embarrassed, patting his pockets, trying again. Declined. The cashier's face stiffened, voice sharp with annoyance. Customers whispered, some rolling their eyes. Amara knew that feeling too well. The heat of shame under watching eyes, the weight of judgment. Only this time, it wasn't her at the center. Her entire wallet carried just a few crumpled notes, barely enough for her own coffee and bus fare. Still, something inside her refused to let him endure the humiliation she had tasted too many times. With quiet determination, she stepped forward, placing the money on the counter. "I'll cover it," she said, her voice steady. The cafe froze. Some chuckled cruelly. How ironic, they thought, a cleaner girl paying for a man in polished shoes. The cashier hesitated, then shrugged and took the payment. The man turned, his eyes locking onto hers, stunned at the simple act. Gratitude flickered across his face, but before he could speak, Amara had already picked up her coffee and walked out. She thought nothing of it, unaware that this man was no ordinary customer. He was a billionaire CEO, disguised in plain sight, testing a world in which appearances judged people. And now, he couldn't stop thinking about the girl who carried dignity in her exhaustion. Hours later, Amara returned to her night shift. Bent over a mop, she scrubbed the marble floors of a towering office building, unaware it was the headquarters of the same man. Upstairs, the CEO recounted what had happened in the cafe, how a poor black cleaner paid for him when his card failed. His executives laughed nervously until he silenced them. He ordered to see her. Amara was summoned, confused and hesitant, as she stepped into a room she had only ever cleaned. The CEO pointed at her. "This is the girl I told you about. She showed me wealth greater than money, humanity." For the first time, Amara stood not as invisible labor, but as living proof that kindness cuts through prejudice. That moment rewrote her future. The CEO offered mentorship and opportunity, not pity but recognition of her worth. Amara's story traveled across the company and soon beyond. She became a symbol of resilience, a reminder that greatness isn't about titles or wealth, but the choices made when no one is watching. But the truth lingered. Amara's act of kindness was powerful precisely because the world had tried to erase her. Racism had made her invisible, but her heart made her unforgettable. How many other lives go unseen because of skin or status? How many voices are silenced before they're ever heard? Her story forces us to ask, would we have done the same? Which country and city are you watching from? Take care.